Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
We're live, and you're here, and that's the main thing. Hey there, Nancy. First one to say anything. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a goal-setting kind of a week. Huh, Flynn? There she is. It's been a goal kind of setting week. We've been kind of prepping and getting ourselves ready for we have a big workshop on Saturday, free, for those of you who own Take Back Your Life Journal, on how to really get into the weeds and use your journal to make those goals an absolute reality. I am so excited for this. I've been preparing all week for it. And part of it, I'm sharing part of the stuff that I'm sharing. How do you like that? Anyway, so Amber's in the house. I see Joanne there too, and Martha, Alice, Noreen. I'm glad you're here. If you own your journal, we're in good stead. If you want to buy a journal and you're saying, but it's not going to get to me in time, you know what? Just pop us a note at support@savingdinner.com. We'll help you out. We can set you up with some PDFs while you wait for your journal to come. Now, if you live in a foreign country, even that's Canada, even though Canada doesn't seem foreign to me, that means it's going to be extra long, and it costs extra postage. We're happy to accommodate you with a PDF. Again, pop that email. Our digestive enzymes are our supplement of the week, which I absolutely love. Hi, Tanya, Francesca, Wendy. I'm so glad you're here. Look, glycozyme and just plain old digeszymes. These are two of my very favorite supplements because they are for your digestion. Just keep this in mind. If your digestion isn't on point, either is your nutrition, because you only get out of your nutrition what you can digest. Make sense? Check it out, and all the information, I kind of talked about it in big detail on Monday at savingdinner.com /show. That's where we put it. Hey there, Juanita. Hey there, Nancy. Well, I already said hello to you, Nancy, so forget about it. No, I'm just kidding. I've got Jane and Debbie here. We're so glad you're here. Jocelyn's in the house. Darla's here. Hello. Goodness, I'm so glad you're here, all of you. I think I said hello to everyone. If I haven't, look, here's one for you. Jen Sincero said that. You can see I was having a difficult time remembering how to spell her name. The walls of your comfort zone are lovingly decorated with the lifelong collection of your favorite excuses. And it's still, when I just mentioned that, it made my eyes water because it is that's such a whammy, isn't it? It's a whammy. Hey, Lily, Lucy, and Doris, Karen, Denise. It's a whammy. You know that because what that's doing is calling you out. You know what I was writing in my journal this morning was how easy it is to rationalize our stuff. We've spent so many years rationalizing our excuses that we think they're ironclad. They're not. They are easily take apartable by someone else if they were going to take a look at that. Hey there, Corliss. But if you have the guts to take a look at that stuff, you'll find that a lot of those excuses are pretty darn flimsy, and you can take them down. It's mindset stuff, y'all. It is mindset. Hey there, Diane. Isn't it? You know what I'm talking about. And today we're going to really go into some more stuff about the meaning of goals, the meaning of life. A little Viktor Frankl for you, if anybody here has read read his famous iconic book. Anybody know the book I'm talking about? Right? Man's Search for Meaning. Have you ever read it? Incredible book. Incredible book. Saturday's the goal workshop from 10 to 12. If you already own the journal, you will be sent an email with instructions on how to get in. It's free for those who own the journal. It's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay? It will be recorded if you can't be there. It's cool. Okay? We'll send you the recording even. Aren't we so nice like that? Rising Tide, which is an intensive for people who really want to go the next level on having their goals supported and making sure that their goals are clear and really getting into the weeds with it, especially if you've ever been in the frustrating place of creating goals and then just saying, what the heck happened here? Well, I think you'd really like this. I will be with you on that. And that is going to be happening starting next Tuesday. Get in it, on it now. There's only 3 sessions. They're 2 hours long each. All of it, savingdinner.com/rising tide. Juanita, the link will be sent to you in an email. I'm sure Jenny will tell you exactly when here. Hey, Terry. Yeah, we'll send you, I promise you, links will be in the email. Hi, Jeanette. Glad you're here. And we'll get you all set up. I'm sure they're going out at some point if they haven't already. But just watch your emails for sure. And you can move our email from a lot of people say they go in the promotions tab. You can move it from the promotions tab. Just grab it, drag it, and throw it into your primary. You do that. And then there's a little star thing. You can click the star thing if you're on Gmail. All of that's what that will do is make your delivery that much better. We have really good delivery rates, by the way, because we have very stringent list hygiene things. If you don't open an email after 90 days, we take you off our list. Did you know we did that? You know why we do that? Because otherwise, if we're sending a whole bunch of email to people who are not opening, then you know what? It tells my email provider that we're sending a bunch of spam. That's what it says. I mean, that's not the truth. And I'm not saying that's what people do. I'm just saying that's just how their algorithm is set up. So we're very careful about that. And we figured after 90 days, if you're not opening our emails, you don't really care. So if you're not seeing your emails, look in your spam filter, look in other, like the promotions filter or whatever, drag it over there, mark it as important, put our email address in there, whatever it is that you need to do. But, we have sometimes almost a 50% open rate. That's pretty good. And a lot of click-through rates. So we do that on purpose to make sure that our audience is engaged. And if you're not engaged, we're not offended. We're just going to take you off our list. If you want to get on our list, well, I don't blame you, because you get the show notes every single day from the day before. And you have, there's all kinds of stuff that we're very generous with our emails. Lots of recipes, hints, la la la. One woman's spam is another woman's treasure. Isn't that the truth, Juanita? It's so true. Hey there, Mary. Hi, Vanessa. Kimberline's in the house as well. Darla, if you have to miss a part of the rising tide, it's fine. It's 2 hours. You'll be able to watch it too on replay. So yeah, you're fine to do that. I would get on that. Aren't the recipes so good, Vanessa? They're so much fun. Hey, Jennifer, I'm glad you're here. But anyway, you can just find getting on our email list is a piece of cake. Go to savingdinner.com and watch for the pop-up. Take advantage of the pop-up. Inner Circle is beginning right after we're done doing the rising tide. So I think the sequencing is really nice, because we get to put together our goals and just making them really super solid. And remember, I'm working with you one-on-one on this. And then we get to go to Inner Circle and start really making the implementation stuff happen and getting off the carousels of crazy of our lives. That's what it is. So that's kind of a cool thing. Don't forget, tomorrow is Q&A. Do you have a question? So far, we've got one question and a second question with lots of mini questions with it. That's yours, Tanya. I'm going to answer it tomorrow. And really good questions. I think you're going to find them very interesting. It will be live tomorrow. So send your questions into Saving Dinner, support@savingdinner.com, and then right there in the subject line, all you have to do is say question for Leanne on Friday, and it'll get in there. Now, I'm going to say something strongly. Get that happening today, because if there's something I need to research, I'm going to do it for you, but I can't if you don't give me any time. And then you'll have to be put off another week. I don't like being put off. How about you? It's not fun. All right. I think it's time to get to all of this. Oh, by the way, it's our birthday. Did you know that? We're 21. Woo! 21. Flip my hair. Have a little cocktail. Raise the glass. And to celebrate our 21st birthday, what we're doing is sending a special link to our text customers only, right? Text message customers are the ones who are going to get it. So that thing is going to come in a minute. Jenny's going to put the little text message banner right there. See? Just like that. Boom, there it comes. This is how you get our text messages. You have to send to this phone number, put this phone number in your text message, 855-960-3720. And then where the message part goes, put the word join. And then there you are. You're in, like Flynn. Like Flynn Ferguson, who's also here. Do you like that? Lucy says we are legitimate adults. Amen. Yes, there will be a webinar for the detox as well, I think. If not, we already have one and we can put one, we can toss a link over that way. Jenny on the spot, as opposed to Jenny on the block. There you are. I like that you throw the puns right back at me. Good one, Kimberly. Points for that. Let's get into the weeds a little bit about this goal stuff. You know what? We've been talking about all the benefits of goals all week, and we're not going to stop because I think we get a big fat block about goals simply because we've never been able to accomplish them before. We've overwhelmed ourselves. We've made too many. We've made them too complicated. We've made them too vague. There's all kinds of reasons. What I found in my life anyway was that it was one or the other, and it was almost toxic the way I went about trying to form my goals. I was so worried about them being perfect so that I could put them together that I didn't go after what it is that I wanted to accomplish. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So I would find myself year after year with sort of goals, kind of aimless goals, not written down goals, or just sort of written down goals, but too vague, whatever. I was frustrated. Now, if you've seen on our Take Back Your Life journal page, that's at savingdinner.com/journal. It's just worth a look-see. There's a picture on that page that is of my actual journals that I have purchased in the past. And there's a big stack of journals like this that were supposed to help me get my goals together. Do you know what I found? Too hard, too complicated, too complex, or too easy, too cutesy, too silly. I found them to be too much in my face, too much writing, so much to do. It was almost like a homework assignment every day. And what I needed simplicity. I needed to totally get rid of the complexity. And what I needed to do was be able to hang my purpose up on those goals and make it super simple, because I didn't need added complexity in my life. I have enough going on. I needed it kind of spoon-fed for me. And the other thing is, one of the goal journals that I bought was really expensive, and it had this whole training that went with it. This training was like module 1, module 2. I'm like, really? That's not happening. And I never got past module 3. I just finally said, this is just not for me. It's just not for me. So I made a decision to build my own, and that's how Take Back Your Life came to be. This is the second or third iteration of it, and we're even working on a fourth as we get better. And you who own it, you're going to be getting an emailed questionnaire like, what would you like to see in this? And we're going to take all of those things. We're starting to break it down and look at it. We're going to, look for ways to make it better, because that's just what you do. We're always works in progress, and so are things that we do, and so are things that we create. And that's fine. That's not perfectionism, by the way. All that is recognizing that as you know better, you can do better. Spoon-fed help is what I need. And once I have the goals, I need ideas on setting up my environment. Sarah, I'm all over that. You know that, right? I can't wait for that. And as a matter of fact, you have a one-on-one with your last inner circle. I would combine that if I were you with the rising tide, and let's really get into it. We'll have a really good time with that. It's just my helpful hint. And by the way, all of you inner circle people who've just completed your first inner circle, if you haven't taken advantage of the one-on-one, I can be pretty darn helpful. And I'd love to do that with you. So make sure you take care of that appointment. And those of you with the rising tide, it's going to be amazing. So let's just get to that. Hey there, Teresa Bond in the house. We got all our folks in the house right now. So here's the thing about, here's the thing about goals. Besides providing that framework of clarity for what it is that you want to accomplish, there's unexpected benefits also that come with writing down your goals. And a lot of them are psychological, and a lot of them are things that you really wouldn't have expected to be a part of goal making. And this one I'm going to talk about, the first one that I'm going to talk about is just so funny. Tanya, thank you. She said that I was definitely helpful in her one-to-one. She's such a sweetheart, by the way. All of you are. When I get a chance to one-on-one with you, well, if I don't even, you're still wonderful. But when I one-on-one with you, it's like having a girlfriend over for a cup of tea, because I feel like we've known each other for so long. And a lot of you, I had a couple of you that have known me since my kids were itty bitty. So it's kind of cool. I love having a history with folks. I think it's really kind of cool. But this one is going to kind of make you laugh a little bit. But did you know that it's proven with the research, by the way, that goals will make you more attractive? What? You ready for this? It's true. This is, and just hear me out on this, before you think that I've drank some weird Kool-Aid somewhere, but you become more focused on what it is that you want, and that begats more passion. And what does passion do? It lights you up, puts a little sparkly razzle dazzle in your heart, and in the way you speak about things. You start maybe look at how I use my hands all the time, but you use your hands and you're a little more emphatic in the way you speak. And maybe there's a little sparkle in your eye. Francesca's exactly right. There's a little more confidence in the way that you speak. Confidence is attractive. People are attracted to confidence. They're attracted to people who seem to have their act together. They're attracted to that. You see someone and you think they've got that thing. They've got that special thing, that sparkle, that charisma, that razzle dazzle. I love that word, by the way. That came from our Amber, and we can't stop using it. We parked it for a minute and it's back. So if you ever want to describe something as sparkly and wonderful, razzle dazzle's your word. But, passion is an indicator that your why is in place. Think about it. Because our why is the whole reason why we sit down and make these goals in the first place. And, we don't have one why. We have several whys. We're complex human beings, We have the whole dynamic going on right here, don't we? It makes everything start to shine. It puts a little shine on your fitness and your health goals, doesn't it? Because you found your why on why you're doing this. It's not, most people that I speak to, it's not so I can have a bikini bottle, yay, or body, yay. It's not that. It's so that they can have a more vibrant life, so that they can do more things, then be more physically active. I had one lovely tell me, I want to go hiking with my kids and my grandkids. I want to go swimming. I want to put on a bathing suit and go to the beach and not worry about everything. Well, we can do that just with a mindset trick, by the way. But you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why. Whys light you up. Whys create the passion. Whys create the vibrancy. And whys create the follow through too. And it makes your eyes sparkle. And it makes you smile a little more. And that just automatically makes you more attractive. There you go. You want to be pretty? You want to be beautiful? You want to be attractive? Get your why in place and put your goals out there. Write them down. Watch yesterday's show if you want, or the day before when we talked about the SMART goal. I think that's what it was, Tuesday show. And that whole thing is just will blow you away. You write them down, things happen, right? Proven. Research has proven it over and over again. And here's the thing, no, most people don't. So just remember that. Write those goals down. Number 2, goals energize you. And do you know what the research shows? They also cause you to live longer. Live longer. Because You want to know why? This is simple. Because it gives you something to live for. Something to live for. So remember, I was just talking to you about Viktor Frankl and his wonderful book that, I mean, it's classic, it's iconic. It needs to be read by every single human on the planet. A survivor of Auschwitz, he made a lot of observations and translated that into a book after World War II called Man's Search for Meaning. And when he was in Auschwitz, he used to be able to pick out the different prisoners who were going to die soon. Isn't that kind of a creepy thing to have? It wasn't hard. There was a pattern. And it was when the prisoners started getting to the point where they wouldn't get up in the morning and the Nazi soldiers would have to come in and get that person out of their bed. They didn't die from beatings. They didn't die from being shot or anything. They gave up. And he knew that people who were not getting up in the morning were those ones that were going to die soon. So that to me is just like a woo, right? Obviously, horrible circumstances. Who wants to be getting up in the morning in Auschwitz? Nobody, right? But it tells us that goals give us a reason to get up in the morning, a reason to live, a purpose, a mission, and something greater than ourselves. Because, the world does revolve around us, or at least we live that way. And I know we know that it doesn't, but it does, because in my world, I'm not upstairs right now. I'm downstairs. I'm here. I'm not with the dog right now. Mark's with the dog. I'm down here. You know what I'm saying? All we can control is our little space around us. But there's a ripple effect to our lives. There's a ripple effect that as we feed into other people's lives and do the good work because we feel inspired by our mission, we feel inspired by our purpose, don't you think that's going to have an effect on everybody around you? Of course it is. It's going to be an amazing ripple effect. And even people that you don't know, maybe even the cashier, or maybe even the, somebody else. I've been having a miserable time with a certain bank. I'm not going to say who it is. I'd love to, but I'm not going to. And it's just been a series of events. And I know a lot of you probably noticed this, but I also had a credit card, same bank. It was a business account that I had. I had a business account there, and I also had my personal account. And my credit card got hacked, and I had 14 fraudulent transactions, like $1,400 worth of transactions in one day. My card had a zero balance, and all of a sudden there was all of these. And I got a text message saying, "Hey, are you, is this all you? Is this, do you want these, all these transactions?" I was like, heck no. You know how you do the yes or no? And they said, "Here's your case number." So I called and gave them the case number on the automatic thing, and they can't find the case number. I was on the phone for an hour waiting for them to answer the phone. Nobody's answering the phone. So I finally, almost in tears, drove the 45 minutes to go to the bank, sat and waited. The lobby's not open. I had to do this in the car back and forth. And this wonderful woman, I don't know if she was a teller or another bank employee, but she gave me her card, and it's in my purse. And she helped me through the whole process. She went the extra mile, because her purpose, as when she's at work, is not to say, "Sorry, can't help you." It's to say, "I'm going to make sure that this happens for you. Here's what I can do. Here's what I can't do, but here's what I can do." And, I just have this feeling that people, it's been a long time since I've gone out and worked a place where I've had to deal with the public in a face-to-face kind of a situation like that. But I have a feeling when she goes home at night, she feels like she's done a really good job. She feels like she's fulfilled her purpose at work, versus people who are just like, "I don't know. I can't help you." You see the shift there? It makes it different. Now, small thing maybe, but being customer centric and customer service oriented means everything. It's one of the things that I put on high priority when I started this business, that's the way it would be. First hire I made was a customer service rep, and we kept going with getting till we got the right customer service rep as well. And everybody who has come through Saving Dinner started as a customer service rep. I thought it was important so they could understand our customers. And now look at us, we've got the dream team. You see how that all works? This is why when we understand that even a smaller purpose can add to the greater good and a bigger purpose. I will tell you right now, I would know about it if if any of my customer service people were just horrible people. I would be told by someone, wouldn't I? And they wouldn't last here at all, at all. We make sure everybody's taken care of, because not on my watch, nobody gets look aside. We don't look aside for people. We don't push them aside. We bring everybody in. We hold that. This is an incredibly important mission for us. So that's how that whole thing works. Goals hold us together when it's tough. Have you noticed that? Anybody here notice that? Sometimes we feel overwhelmed. Sometimes, I dare say it, we even feel hopeless. Well, if we turn to our goals, we can find a glimmer of hope, because our hope is built on the back of our why, right? Hope brings that out, and they help us to see the next thing to do, even when it's hard, even when we're depressed, even when we're crying, even when we're going through so much stuff, But here's the thing. It keeps us on track, and it brings us back a little sense of control, a little bit of something that we can do when things feel out of control and we feel hopeless. That helps us feel more secure. That makes us feel more safe. And the other thing is, number 4, goals take us off the someday school track. We talked about Sunday school the other day. Excuse me. Sunday school is, we're saying we give our dream a someday. That's like a sigh and a whatever. It's like going, whatever. If we say someday that means it never will happen, because some days don't happen. Some days are just out there in fairyland somewhere with unicorns and rainbows. Doesn't exist. It's just a figment of our imagination. So if we make a decision that we're going to get out of Sunday school and get away from takeaway school, which takeaway school, what does that do? It shows us what we need to take away so that we can start accomplishing our goals. That's what takeaway school is all about. But goals ground you. They ground you. And that's what's important. It's the most important thing. They'll ground you and give you your feet again. And you'll feel stronger and able and capable. Number 5, it also, you know what goals do too? They tap you on the shoulder and they say, look, here's your potential. Look, here's a possibility. Can you imagine what you can do, Joanne? Can you imagine Lucy, Darla, Sarah, Vanessa? Can you imagine what's next for you in your life? And that possibility, that little glimmer, that little bit of light in a place where you're overwhelmed in a sea of hopelessness, it's everything. Because it just puts you back to this place of seeing that, yes, you have potential. Yes, you've been called on purpose and for purpose. And yes, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And there is no mistake that you're here right now today. No mistake. That's what goals do. They center us. They're anchors. They remind us. They put us in this place of being reminded. Viktor Frankl said this. And first of all, know that hopelessness doesn't build the life that you love, let alone a vibrant one. Hopelessness is just if that's the thing that you're focusing on, that's the thing you're going to get more of. But when the goal is in place and you can just start looking at that little glimmer, it's going to help, and it's going to light the path and lead the way. It's not like, oh, now I'm fine. There's my goal. It just gives you that bit of hope, that little candle, this little light of mine. It is that little thing that we all need. Plant that seed. Viktor Frankl said this, get this. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. That's something to take to the bank. Because if Viktor Frankl can live through Auschwitz looking for the beauty, looking for man's search for meaning of life, well, then I say we learn from that. We learn from that. We apply that in our lives. We aren't left on our own to do nothing. We're not left without anything. We have each other, we have community, we have knowledge, we have tools. We have so much to look forward to. And I will tell you, goals give you the reason to get up in the morning. And that's important. Let's learn this lesson from Viktor Frankl. And let's learn this lesson together to rise above. What do you think of that idea? I'm telling you, that's where I'm going with all of this. If you want to be a part of the rising tide, time is getting short. Go to savingdinner.com/rising tide. Oh, I could never do that. Oh, it's too much. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm cool with that. This is for people who've decided and made a decision for themselves that they are going forward, that they want all the juiciness of this life, and that they want to get their goals in place so they can get their life on track. That's what goals do. I'm ready for it. Peace be with you. I appreciate you so much. I will see you tomorrow for question and answer day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.